Hi, I'm Ethan Kwan, and today we are going to be building an ecosystem simulator. Actually, this is more like a coding challenge for me because I have no clue how to make this thing. However, I have added a YouTube sprite just because. But anyway. Okay, so, I have no idea how to make this. My idea was to make a ecosystem where there are foxes and there are rabbits and the rabbits reproduce and the foxes eat the rabbits. So let's get started. Okay, so first I'm going to delete sprite 1 and then, yes, YouTube, and then I'm going to create, I'm going to go to backdrops, the stage, and then I'm going to go to backdrops, and then I'm going to just shrink this area, the play area, and then I'm just going to drag a nice green background for the rabbits to run around on, because I think rabbits like nice green backgrounds to run around on. I'm not sure about that, so don't like, yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm right about that, but I don't know. Okay, so now we have a nice green backdrop. So, now what we're gonna do is we are going to create a sprite, and let's call this one Rabbit or Bunny. I'm gonna call it Bunny. Bunny. Okay. Capital Bunny. B. Capital Bunny. Yes. Okay. So, let's just zoom in here, and okay. So let's draw a white dot for the bunny, because this is what I think most bunnies are white. I think. There are brown bunnies too. Okay, so now I feel like I did this wrong, so I'm just gonna duplicate this costume, and I'm also gonna fill it with a different color. So, how about some kind of brownish color? How about that? Yeah, that's pretty nice. Okay, and I'm gonna do another one, even darker, like that. Very brown bunny. So we have 3 colors of bunny. And I'm just gonna go to the code, and now I kind of want it to be clones instead of individual sprites, so let's do that. So I'm gonna go to events, drag a when green flag clicked, oh, I should just name this ecosystem YouTube. Yeah. Okay. When green flag clicked, my computer's lagging. When green flag clicked, I want to create clones of myself. So I'm just going to create 10 clones for now. Actually, no, let's do like 50. Let's make it 50. And then I'm just going to create clone of myself. Where is it? Create clone of myself. And there we go. Now all the bunnies are there. I kind of want it to be a different color each time. Like all of them, I kind of want to be different colors. So I'll just say switch costume to... Actually, no. The easiest way to do this is just say next costume. Really. Yeah. Pretty easy. Yay. And now, it should be different. Yeah, see? You see that? You see that? Right there. See, now the bunny's flashing. As you might have noticed, there are no clones running around. So, next thing I want to code is the running around script. So, I am going to go to control when I start as a clone. When I start as a clone, what should I do? Let's see. Well, first of all, let's create a variable called speed. Delete the my variable. Delete. And speed. Lowercase. For this sprite only. Make sure to click this. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and inside this repeat loop, above the create clone, I'm just going to set speed to operators. Pick random. How about 2.0... negative 2.0 to 2.0. Now, why is it negative 2.0? Why not just 2? Well, Scratch is really annoying in that if you say pick random 2 to negative 2, if you see, so negative 2 to 2, if you just do this, it will only pick a number either negative 2, 1, 0, 1, negative 1, or 2. Negative 2, negative 1, 0, 1, or 2. It won't pick any decimals. So if you do this, if I just duplicate this and click on it, as you can see, the decimals are really random. Now, note that there are a lot of decimal points behind that, and I kind of want it to just be a few decimal points, not like a billion. I'm guessing it's less than that, but oh well. So the easiest way to do this is just to say speed, set speed to, and I'm gonna round this, but then it's kind of boring because if you just say round, pick random negative 2.0, 2.0, it will only pick negative 2 to 2. So how do we fix this? I kind of want decimals. So the easiest way to do this is to multiply this number by 100. Why 100, you ask? Because we want to round to 100th place. So if I type 100, then it shifts the decimal point over. And note that the round just gets rid of any decimal in the back. I'm actually going to set this to 1,000, just for more accuracy. Yeah, as you can see, now it's something pretty high. Yeah, great. And now if I round that, it will get rid of the decimal point, like this. Now I'll just give you a random number between what? Negative 2,000 to 2,000, which is kind of what I want, but now what we can do is actually we can divide this by 1,000. Because we multiplied by 1,000, so we have to divide by 1,000. And now we have random numbers that are being rounded to the 1,000th place. Again, if you want it to be rounded to the 100th place, just don't forget to change both. This way, it'll be 100th place, but I'm gonna do 1,000th place. Okay, I'm just gonna set this to. I can get rid of that. I'm going to just drag this into here. Yeah, there we go. Okay, now you'll see that the speed is very random. As you can see, there we go. Okay, so now what I want to do is I'm going to say when I start as a clone forever. And I kind of want let's see. I'm going to say it's the easiest way. Just say move speed steps. It's pretty easy. Just say move speed steps. And this is why we chose that speed has to be a private variable. That's so that each clone has its own variable of speed. So now if you look, all of them are moving. Yay. But they're all moving in a straight line. Why is that? Because we haven't set random rotation either. So the easiest way to do that is just to say point in direction, pick random, negative 180 to 180. And I'm going to do that right before the create clone. Like that, yeah. And now we should see that all of them move at different speeds away from the original sprite. It's like a really slow firework. See that again? Yeah, it's a very slow firework, which is kind of boring because slow fireworks are very boring. I kind of wanted to explode in like a big firework, like an actual firework, so that they all spawn at once. How do we do that? Well, this is the magic of a block. So let's go to my blocks and let's create a new block called create clones. And don't forget to click the run without screen refresh tick. Now what does that do? This makes all the repeat loops underneath this block run extremely fast. Here's what I mean. I'm just going to drag this repeat 50 into here, and I'm not 50. I'm going to change it to 100. And I'm just going to drag the create clones in underneath the when green flag clicked, and watch. The repeat loop will run instantly, like that. Isn't that cool? Yeah. I would say that's pretty cool because you couldn't really do that if you hadn't actually if you just did the repeat loop. It would take a while. Okay. But the problem is they're all spawning in the same place. We kind of want them to spawn randomly throughout the whole thing. So I'm just gonna get a go to motion. I'm gonna get a go to random position, and I'm gonna put that before the create clone. And now we should see that they all spawn in random positions, and they all have random velocities as well. Okay, but this is kind of boring because I kind of want them to be able to accelerate and deaccelerate, but I also want them to be able to turn. So let's add the turning first because it's the easiest. So I'm just gonna drag a turn 15 degrees. It doesn't really matter which way you do it. I'm gonna drag a pick random -15 to 15 and plop that right inside the turn block right there, and plop that underneath the move speed steps inside the when I start as a clone. Oh, and one more thing, I kind of want the original sprite to hide because right now you can see it right there. So I am just gonna say when green flag underneath the create clones, let's say show at the beginning of the create clones and hide at the bottom of the create clones. And now we should see that the original sprite is gone. Yay. Okay. And actually you can tell where it is by the one that's not moving, which is a pretty fun game. Spot the non-moving dot. But I don't have it now, so it's hidden, so you can't see it anymore. So it's kind of like spot the invisible dot. So, yeah. Great game, by the way. You should totally try it. Okay, so now I want some acceleration and deacceleration. So the easiest way I could think of it is to change speed by, and I'm just going to drag a pick random -1 to 1. And let's just stop that and put that in there. And oh wow, okay, no, that's way too much. They're like, okay, those are not rabbits. They can't be rabbits. They're like jets. Okay, we have to change this number. Something lower, like 0.1. And now they're accelerating, 0.1. And now it should be better. It should look more like rabbits, but as you might have noticed, they're kind of going a little bit fast sometimes, like this rabbit right there, that's going really fast, or that one right there. I kind of want them to have like a limit on how fast they can actually go. So what we can do is we can say we can drag an if then else, drag that underneath a change. Actually, no. Get rid of the change speed by pick random 0.1 to 0.1. Just don't drag it into the block area. We're gonna need it after. But for the inside this if then, we're gonna drag a greater than. And on the right side of the greater than, we can type if speed is greater than. Go to variables, drag a speed. If speed is greater than 2. 0.0. You don't have to put the 0.0 in this case. If speed is greater than 2, then set speed, change speed by -0.1. Else, and we can just duplicate this. Else if speed is, and we can just drag the less than symbol. If speed is less than 2, if speed is less than 2. -2. Yep, -2. If speed is less than -2, then change speed by +0.1. Else, and we can just use this back. Yeah. Okay, so what will this do? Well, let's look at the first condition. If speed is greater than 2, what will that do? That will check if the speed is greater than the original thing we set, which was between 2.0 to -2.0. And if that's true, that means it's way too high. So we want to lower it. So we lowered it by 0.1. Else, if speed is less than -2, well then we can change. It's literally the opposite. So we can just change speed by 0.1. Else, if none of those are true, that means we aren't past the boundaries. We can just change speed by pick random 0.1 to -0.1. And now we should see that we have much more realistic bunnies. Woo! Oh wow, the speed. Wow, so lucky. The speed was 1.999. The last bunny. Wow. Okay. One thing I've noticed is they're sticking to the sides a lot. So, one thing I could do to fix it is just the simple inside motion. Just the simple if on edge bounce. And if I put that in there, there, I don't really see a difference because they're still sticking to the edges. I think a better way to do this is to just, if touching edge, drag an if underneath the whole thing. If touching, go to sensing, if touching, dot mouse pointer, if touching edge, then I'm going to set speed, set speed to, and this is pretty easy, we're just going to say speed times -1, not 10. Speed times -1. And that should pretty much fix it. Yep, so they touch the edge and they bounce off. Yay. Boing. 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 It's fun. Boing. Okay, nice. A bunch of rabbits running around in a field. Now, I'm actually going to change this to 1 so that we can just see one bunny running around. Let's see what color it is. Oh, great, it's white. That's kind of boring. Okay, there we go. That's better. Okay. Now I kind of want to add reproduction so that this bunny can have babies or whatever. Yeah. Okay. So, what I want to do is, well, this is pretty easy. I'm just going to say, make a block. I'm going to call it, reproduce. Why not? Or have babies. Oh, no, I'm just going to say, you could add the period, but it's not necessary. Reproduce. Okay. Now, I'm just going to click, I don't think I need to click the run without screen refresh. Click OK. Okay. Now we have this reproduce block. And inside reproduce, I'm actually going to just drag this in here. And then, inside reproduce, I'm going to say, actually, no, not in here. I'm going to create a new, when I start as a clone, forever. I'm going to reproduce, and then wait 1 second. And basically all I have to do there is just, inside the reproduce block, I could just say create clone of myself. Yeah, that's pretty easy. But yeah, let's see what happens. Now note that they will spiral out of control like that. What? Why are they forming in a line, I wonder? Reproduce. Oh, I see. That's probably why. You just have to swap them around because they all reproduced at once and then yeah. As you can see, 16 bunnies, 32, 64, 128. I should probably pause it before it gets out of hand. I'm actually gonna save this first, and then I'm gonna tell you what it looks like to let the bunnies get out of hand, cause they will make my computer lag because Scratch has a 300 clone limit, and so now it should probably free. Oh, why is that? Weird, because, I thought it would totally crash, and oh, maybe because it's a block. Yeah, that's probably it. Yeah, but, that's really interesting. Okay. I guess it's okay then. Okay. So, let me just test my hypothesis. Save now. And let's just see what happens. 1, 2 bunnies, 4 bunnies, 8 bunnies, 16 bunnies, 32 bunnies, 64 bunnies, 128, 256, and okay then. Weird. Okay, it's not just the block, but I'm just gonna put them in the block just because. Okay, so it might not have worked as great as mine. So you might have not been lucky like mine. So all you have to do is just spam the red flag button, and it should be fine. It should fix itself. Yeah. Because that's pretty much the only way to fix it once you lag Scratch. Okay, so that's pretty good. I'm just gonna I'm just gonna make sure that it doesn't go over the limit by creating a new variable. I'm gonna call it population of rabbits. And I'm just gonna make it for all sprites. Okay. And at the beginning of the project, I'm just gonna set population of rabbits to 0. And every time there's a new bunny, I'm gonna change population of rabbits by 1. So I'm just gonna say that in there. I just want to see how far it goes. So 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 30, 32, 64, 128, 256. Weird. Okay, it stopped at 300. Huh. Okay, anyway. That's pretty good. But anyway, I kind of want to make sure that there's no way for it to reproduce if it gets past a number. So if the number of rabbits gets past the number. So I'm just going to drag this inside the reproduce block. And I'm going to go to operators actually. And get a greater than. Greater than, how about 230? Just as a buffer. Okay. And now I'm just going to drag the population of rabbits in there, and now the population of rabbits should not go over or become close to. Oh, there. Okay. Oh, maybe I typed it wrong. Greater than. If population. Oh no. Okay. If not population of rabbits is greater than. Okay. Drag a not. Put that in there, and that should fix. Okay. Okay, let's see. And it should stop in a little bit. There, it stopped. It stopped at 255, which is kind of surprising, but yeah, there we go. Now we have a bunch of bunnies. So let's add some. I'm gonna add a pick random, switch costume to pick random 1 to 3, because I have 3 costumes. You might have more costumes, you might have less costumes. I'm just gonna say switch costume to pick random 1 to 3, and then create clone myself. And actually, I can just take that and put that in there, like that. And now each bunny should be a different color. As you can see. Oh, okay. There's a problem there. Which is. Oh, okay. No, when I start as a clone, I should do that. So when I start as a clone, switch question to pick random 1 to 3, and that means I actually don't need that. And there we go. Now it should be okay. Yep. Okay, perfect. They're multiplying like rabbits because they are. Okay. Yeah. So now this is getting kind of boring. So I'm gonna add another enemy or another animal, but it's also an enemy. I'm just gonna duplicate the bunny, and I'm gonna call it Fox. Fox. Okay. And in this case, I only want 1 costume. Actually, no. I'm just gonna change the color of this to something light, like that. I'm gonna fill it, and I am just going to duplicate it, and I'm gonna change the color a little bit. Actually, no. Nah, I think it'll become too complicated if I do that many costumes. It's okay. Let's go into the code. And okay, so I'm gonna create a new variable first of all. I'm gonna call it population of foxes. Population of foxes. Okay, and make it can be for all sprites. And I'm just gonna say, make sure that all the population of rabbits get changed to population of foxes. So population of rabbits, population of foxes. Oh, I should probably add death to the bunnies too. So let me just add that real quick. I'm gonna go to control. I'm gonna go back to the bunnies first of all. When I start as a clone, wait, let's say, oh, and I should probably make this a random value. So pick random inside the, before the reproduce, I'm gonna say pick random 1 to, how about 5 seconds, and then reproduce. And then I'm going to drag a pick random wait, how about 6 to 10, so they at least make one bunny before they die. I should probably call this, instead of reproduce, something like make bunnies, but anyway, it's fine. Okay, so I'm gonna say wait 6 to 10 seconds, and then I'm gonna delete this clone. But before I delete this clone, I'm gonna change population of rabbits by -1. Okay, and I'm just gonna drag this into the foxes script. Is it here? Darn. I hate it when that happens. Drag this in here. Drag it into the foxes, and we should just change, instead of 6 to 10, I'm gonna make it 10 to 15. So the foxes live longer. And then change population of foxes by -1. Yeah. Oh, and I should probably change this like 4 or something. And now we have 4 foxes. Oh, and now they're multiplying like rabbits. Great. We don't want that. We want to get rid of that. And instead of reproducing like that, I want to say forever. I'm going to get rid of that, actually. Make sure to change this population of foxes. Reproduce. I'm going to drag this in here. But before that, I'm going to say if touching color, and no, not touching color. I'm going to say if touching bunny. If touching bunny. Then I'm going to wait 1 second. Wait 1 second, and then reproduce. And, yeah, that seems okay. And there's death involved, yes. Okay. And I'm also going to say, inside the bunnies, if touching, not edge, if touching fox, I'm going to just duplicate that. If touching fox, then I'm just going to say, delete this clone. Oh, first I'm going to wait 0 seconds, so that the fox can also detect that it touches the bunny. So, if touching fox, wait 0 seconds, change population of foxes by -1, change population of rabbits by -1, population of rabbits by -1, and then delete this clone. Come on, where's the delete this clone? Okay, delete this clone. Okay, and now we should see that the foxes are... Oh, there we go. Yep, they just reproduced. But then they realized they made a mistake by eating the only rabbit around, and they'll all die off. Which is good for the rabbit. Yeah, see? Okay. I'm just gonna restart the simulation to see if the rabbits have a chance to reproduce. Yep, they had a chance already. 3 rabbits, 4 rabbits, 5, 6, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9. Okay, Okay. Yeah. There we go. Now we have a working ecosystem simulator. Nice. Note that we can hide the bunny speed variable, because it's not really required to know. There's only one oh my god, that one fox just died? Really? No way. Okay, I'm gonna say, repeat 10. And I'm also gonna make the bunnies repeat 10 as well. Maybe like 100. I'll make it 100. So there are 100 bunnies and 10 foxes to start off with. Yeah, see? Now I don't know where everything is, though, so that's a problem. I'm gonna make sure that I'm just gonna make sure that I'm gonna change this to like maybe like 5 bunnies, and how about like 3 foxes? Okay. Again, you can tamper around with your settings and see what works best for you. But yeah, that's probably what I'm gonna use. Some foxes are really slow. So, and the last fox. Oh, okay, the foxes just died out. Okay, I'm gonna change it to something else, like maybe fox should repeat 5 as well, maybe. Oh, and I should probably move these variables somewhere. Actually, no, I'm just gonna hide them. Okay, now it's difficult to see. So I'm going to actually delete one of the bunny sprites that look insanely like the other one. What's it? I think it's... I should probably just... Oh my god, just a... What? Why'd they stamp onto the background? So weird. Scratch is very weird sometimes. Yep, see, and now they're gonna... Oh, look, it's a fox party because some of them are frozen. Okay. I'm gonna delete... I'm just gonna keep the white costume, and then I'm gonna refresh the page just so that that bug doesn't happen. That was funny. Fox party! Yeah. Amazing. Okay. Let's see. Again, please tamper around with your settings to see. Okay, that's much easier to see. Okay, you can tamper around with your settings as much as you like to see what you like. But yeah, okay, they just died out again. The foxes just died out. How bad are they at surviving? Really bad, because they just wander around. I should really add like some kind of tracking system for the foxes so that they know where to look. There are 2 foxes and so many bunnies. Why can't they find any? Yeah, there we go. There we go. Why do I feel like the foxes are avoiding the bunnies? It just feels like that. It's funny, but okay. Now the population of foxes is going up because there's so many bunnies to eat. Oh my god. Wow. Many bunnies. But note that if the foxes kill all the bunnies, then they'll starve to death. So, yeah. And if there are too many foxes, then they're probably there's enough food to go around, so they'll starve. Okay. One thing I want to add is a graph, because this is really hard to see, and we don't know how each population is doing. So I'm going to add that in the next video. So thank you for watching. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please subscribe, like, and share this channel with others. And if you didn't like it, well, whatever, you can do whatever. Okay. And I hope you liked this video, blah, 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 blah. See you next time. See you at howtodostuffthen.com, and see you next time. Bye.